Art, literature, and architecture was changed during the Renaissance by a new idea called humanism, which can be seen in Michelangelo's David. During the Renaissance, people attempted to make life more secular, which can be seen in works of art. The Renaissance also began to introduce ideas like the freedom of speech, so art and literature also contained criticism of the government. This can be seen in books like Sir Thomas More's Utopia. However, the spread of literature would not have been possible without Johann Gutenberg's printing press, which helped spread literacy. The Renaissance, or the rebirth of Greek and Roman cultures, also caused architecture to change from the medieval style to a more modern style, which had ancient Roman ideas such as arches, domes, and columns. There were many people who led this change in art and literature, including Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci was born on April 15, 1452, in Milan from 1495 to 1498. Leonardo painted the Last Supper on the wall of a monastery, which was a biblical scene in which Jesus is sitting at his final banquet with his disciples. His next notable work was the Mona Lisa, a revered work even today. He died on May 2, 1519. Throughout his life, Leonardo da Vinci was a Renaissance man, since he was a painter, architect, science engineer, and inventor. However, da Vinci was not the only influential artist at the time, another of which being Michelangelo. Michelangelo was born on March 6, 1475, in Italy. In 1294, he traveled to Rome. There, he created his first sculpture called the Pieta. The Florence Cathedral then commissioned him to create a 17-foot-tall statue of the biblical David. Pope Julius II commissioned him to paint the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. Michelangelo agreed in 1508 and painted 9 biblical scenes. In 1512, he finished the Sistine Chapel ceiling and focused his efforts on architecture. He worked on the Medici Chapel in Florence, which was finished in 1534. He died at age 88 in 1564. Michelangelo was truly a Renaissance man. He was talented in architecture, painting, and sculpting, though he was no poet, not like Shakespeare. William Shakespeare was a famous writer, poet, and businessman. He was born on April 23rd in 1564, married Anne Hathaway on November 27th, 1582, and died April 23rd, 1616. In his lifetime, he wrote 37 plays and 154 sonnets. He also owned the Globe, a theater that was a favorite of royalty. Some of Shakespeare's more famous works include Romeo and Juliet, Hamlet, and The Merchant of Venice. Shakespeare's last play was Henry VIII, which he wrote 2 years before he died. The Renaissance was a time where ideas changed drastically. This can be seen in art, literature, and architecture. Many people, including Shakespeare, Michelangelo, and Leonardo da Vinci, contributed to this drastic change, which changed the world forever.